All right, all my little YouTube motherfuck faces. You're watching Validation Boy live stream, June 16th, 2023. And you know, it's strange. I didn't do this for 2 years. I got 4 people in here at first, huh? Wow. No, I didn't do this for 2 fucking years, man. Partially because I wasn't allowed to. Partially, after a while, I knew if I wanted to, if I would have put the effort in, I maybe could have a lot sooner. But part of me just didn't even want to. It's so tough to go live, you know? And I think what I'm really doing when I'm going live is an attempt to socialize. It's an attempt to basically build a locker room full of my boys. Have them in here and we could talk shit, you know? And even if I'm not actually having guests on, you know, that's what it's about. It's about knowing that there's someone out there who just cares just enough, or just as much as they need to for this situation, for me to feel like I'm not in the fucking brink of fucking total disaster, you know? I have people in my life. I have my woman. She's the best thing ever. So I don't really need you guys. But sometimes I want to fuck around, toss about, and have you guys come in here and fucking hang out, man. And I thought about it, you know. What my live stream really is, it's just a lot of me talking about certain things that I wrote down in my notepad on my phone. Just topics, just ideas. It's just a smorgasbord of fuckery, you know? Of things that have inspired me to want to talk about it on a live stream and put it out into the semi-permanent record, I guess permanent record, of the YouTube's internets. You know? Put it out there. Let it be in existence. Like all the fucking English lessons I've taught over the years. About all the stupid words that everybody fucking says wrong. Like nuke you, lar. And shit like that. You know? And sometimes I've had fantastic sound bites come about from live streams. There's a couple videos over the last 2 years that are direct outtakes and edits of rants that I went on a live stream. I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon again. Make awesome shit like that. But I do have a couple of fucking ideas. But as per tradition, let's do the first 5 in the live. In at number 1, one of the most all-time, one of the most appearances of all time. This fucking guy, Tim Osman, in at number 1. Wow. Tim went live a couple weeks ago, right after I did my first one, after 2 years. And I was trying to, you know, comment stuff in the live chat, and Tim was just ignoring me. And it was funny. I get it. But Timmy Osman, in at number 1. One of the best guests of all time, right? Isn't Timmy Osman one of the greatest Validation Boy guests of all time? He really is. And at number 2, OJ McBaggins. And at number 3, Eternal Padawan, D. And D, I went and I checked that 2-week-old Akai live stream, and I guess you guys were having fun, or Akai was having fun talking about me. Brings me back to all that old drama, all that fucked up asshole attitude that I brought to that whole group of people, right? I'm telling you, D, I single-handedly destroyed and ruined that group inadvertently. I don't know if I wanted to. I don't know if subconsciously I wanted to, because I didn't want to. I just have my beliefs, and I know that a lot of the guys, including yourself, share many of my beliefs. Not all of them, but many of them. And you guys just don't like to say it out loud. You let me say it, and then maybe I take it too far. Then you guys, not you, D, but then some of the guys there get pissed at me. It becomes a big fucking turd throwing fucking contest. Turd flinging fucking monkeys that we became, right? In at number 4. Should we go there? Should we say it? I don't know if he's a legend and an icon yet. But in at number 4, Face. With an S. Face. And in at number 5, strange name for a band. A long time participant in Validation Boy comments and live streams. OJ McBaggins. Mac and Ash is in the house. Vic Noid. Wow. Excellent. So, let's get on with my random selection of fucking topics. I'm sorry it can't be anything more. I don't know, guys. It's amazing that you guys want to hear about the shit that I want to talk about. You know? YouTube is so fun. It's so mental. You got to get on here and start talking. And thank goodness, thank God you guys are in here actually responding to me. And let me see something here. Okay. I got this shit loaded. YouTube has joined us. YouTube. You know, I went back, watched my old shit, watch old ass live streams from years ago. YouTube, it's all up in it. Just all up in the whole thing. All the way back, years. Better part of coming on towards a decade. We're in that vicinity now. We're heading into the whole decade thing. Wow. All right. The Unabomber. My second ever live stream that I ever did was the Unabomber. The manifesto. I read parts of it and discussed parts of it. And for its time, it was prophecy. He was talking about technology. And look how much we rely on our cell phones and our internet and our interwebs. It's sad that he died, you think, YouTube? You think it's sad that he died? And they're saying it was sewer slide, you know? But he was also 81. Maybe he got bored out of his mind and did actually do that. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe the whole thing was a you know what that ends with an X. And the character's been written off. He gets to go retire on an island somewhere. That actor. If, you know what I'm saying? If. All pure speculation. But maybe it's a retirement package. It's a retirement plan. But his ideas were damn near prophecy. But anyone could have predicted. Not anyone. And then when you actually read it, it's like, is this all scripted government bullshit? Is this just the government hired some author? Is this guy for real, but it's just kind of a little bit goofy? Or then you got to remember, this is like 1970, whatever, that he's writing this shit. So some of the cultural taboos and nuances in the writing, it reads a whole lot different in, 2015 than it does in 1976, 1979, 1980. But, yeah, so that fucking guy. And then, I don't know where I saw this. I think it was Cinema Shogun, or also known as Fat and Opinionated. And or some other channels. And they're sitting there talking about aliens and aliens sucking the blood. Let's see what Face says here. Manifestos are exclusive to psyops. Literally nobody else writes them. You don't think he's that politician? Oh, you're thinking of, yeah, no. Timothy McVeigh was the Oklahoma City guy. But yeah, you're right. These whole manifesto thing, like Elliot Rodger, his was spoken, or his manifesto was spoken into YouTube, right? But was also written. Do they match up? I don't think so. Probably, maybe some parts, maybe if they're scripted and read. But is the collective of Elliot Rodger stuff that was put into YouTube, is that all considered his manifesto or not? That's something I don't know. That might be that thing that ends in an X too. Okay, but anyway, so back to this Cinnamon Shogun. They were talking about aliens sucking the blood out of the cows and the precision of the eye socket being removed or whatever, and that all the blood is drained with just 2 puncture wounds somewhere on the body or on the leg. All the blood is removed, and the eyes are surgically removed. And then they're like, "Oh, it must be fucking aliens," and it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe a cow's worth of blood can be used as a prop for realism in a low budget or high budget horror film. Or maybe somebody's doing something else with that cow's blood if it's being surgically slurped out and every single drop of it removed. It's being harvested. And maybe that's just being harvested for the food industry. Or maybe it's just being harvested for some person's weird delicacy that they make. Maybe it's part of some fucking gross ritual. Maybe it's part of black market movie props blood. That's real blood. That's what I'm thinking that is. I don't think it has anything to do with little green men. Mac and Ash, it's disgusting the way people are dependent on technology now. Bring back the flip phone era and PS1. It should have stopped there. What a mess it is now. I got a PS2 that I actively play 6 out of 6 days a week. A PS2. And I got like 3 games that I play. And they're over 20 years old on the original PS2. Whenever I do, for like a couple minutes every day. For fun. Boom. PS2. And yeah, I miss the fucking landline. Or maybe in the house you could have the wireless phone, but it's still part of your house's landline before there was cell phones. I should have stopped right there. Or if, I don't know. It's basically like the Facebook and the other social medias that are the real devil in the whole situation, right? They're worse than YouTube. Because I consume very, very large amounts of YouTube all the time, like all day, basically. And it's a educational and entertainment medium. But you guys wouldn't even believe the amount of like history videos and political videos and esoteric conspiracy shit. You guys wouldn't even believe how much shit I consume. Most of it's on 2x speed, just all day in the background. So I don't know. I think YouTube is like one of the best things ever of all times. It would be if it was more like it was back in 2014, 15, where you could actually say shit. Tim Osman, I'm identifying as a fucking emotional, heterosexual cis male. Who's getting emotional? I don't know if it's the emotions or if it's the prescription, bro. I don't know if it's the prescription or if it's the emotions. Autistic sadist. Wow. Can you read my comment, buds? Now, what about Starbucks middle management, white woman getting fired from Starbucks because she was white and they wanted to make an example out of her? It's almost like a dream come true because we all know the truth. We all know that the white race is being persecuted by the media and by the government. We know that there's money, there's attention, there's agendas to persecute the white race. Okay? Big deal. So the world is now racist against white people, or America is. Okay, fine. When it gets to the point where it's really violating civil liberties, just as it would be for a black person, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, a Middle Eastern person, when shit gets out of hand and it goes over the line, there needs to be legal precedent to establish the fact that, yes, indeed, racism against the white race is also racism. And when it comes to employment and other things like that, you're talking about discrimination. And since now there's legal precedent, maybe this woman being awarded $25.6 million after being fired literally because her skin is white, and only because her skin is white, after working for the company for 13 years in a very high executive position, and literally had nothing to do with anything whatsoever. It wasn't even on the scene when any of this incident happened, had nothing to do with it at all. Was terminated months after the incident. And just because she is an executive in this certain position and some low-level employee made some decision. It was a black barista calling the cops on two black non-customers that were trying to use the restroom without paying for products, without making a purchase. And somehow, months after this incident, that cops got called and everything, this woman who was in another state, basically, I don't know if that's true, but had nothing to do with this situation, gets terminated. And the reason they said was because her skin was white. They actually admitted it, so she won $25.6 million. Maybe they're making an example. It's the Marxists in academia and the the ADL that literally changed the definition of, quote, racism in the summer of 2019. The whole world actually likes white people. The rest of the world outside of America, XYZ. Hello, YouTube. Okay, maybe I've rambled on enough about that. Okay, all right. Oh yeah. So on my last show, I was talking about my work situation and pieces of shit being pieces of shit. Well, someone above them switched out, and we got an accountable, badass dude that took over a position, and he was in the store one day, and so I took him to the side and I said, "Hey, check this out, da 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 da, and da da da, just so you know." And he's like, "Wow, okay, good, thank you so much for that." Like, no problem. And all my problems have been completely fucking solved, completely solved, and it's been a week or two now of just absolute bliss. And it's all about understanding order and patriarchy and the glory that is patriarchy. The fucking amazing functionality that is an ordered patriarchy. Thank God for the patriarchy. God bless the patriarchy. You know what I mean? Hello, YouTube. You like that? Mac and Ash, they are making it so obvious that they want us eradicated. The true intentions come out, frothing at the mouth to see us in weakness. It's disgusting behavior. Certain people, certain Adamics are behaving with weakness, but not all of us. I know you're not. I know Timothy Osmond's not weak. I know Wit Twit, who busts in here and is trying to take first. I'm tempted. Gin smell has arrived. Oh, cattle mutilation. You know what? I could show you something. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. There's a wrestler named Daniel Bryan, and I've talked about him in previous videos. He's been mentioned in many of my videos. He used to have a finishing move called the cattle mutilation. And it's a ridiculous Japanese upside down armbar reverse headlock stretch thing, where you're both on the ground with both your faces down and he's like stretching your arms behind your head with some weird octopus maneuver. But it's called it. But I guess that's how cattle are mutilated. They peel the skin back or something, and it's like, that's the cattle mutilation. But that's very interesting that Jen Smell's actually listening while mutilating cattle. And while also simultaneously loving the show. Loving the show. Thank you. Was he an alien? I don't know. Daniel Bryan? All I know is that he was the he was like a goat. They made him be like a billy goat with his beard, and they would dress him in red. And then there was all this number magic when it came to a certain event that he was part of, and he was the guy, and he did this specific thing with this numerical order and all this shit, and it was like, whoa, look at this fucking Antichrist like symbolism at the spring festival, April 1st or whatever, or what? Yeah, April or May Day. It's right around May Day, or it's around April 1st. Actually, no, it's not. It's around April 1st. WrestleMania, and he was the star, and there was all this number magic and shit. But yeah, cattle mutilation, interesting. Look, I could just take your one little random comment and just do like 2 minutes of crap. 2 minutes of like bullshit commentary off it. So much fun. Into the break. I am the first five. The first five was already announced. Did we ever get number 5 officially? Yeah, we did. Dagon Morningstar is in here. Okay. Are you ignoring my comment because I'm a black man? Says Autistic Sadist. No. Read my comment. This dude is racist. Read my comment. The whole world actually likes white people. Twitwit is first. Oh. Did we ever decide? Okay, here's the thing. This is actually between Timothy Osmond and Twitwit. So Tim has, what do we got? Let's give Tim like 1 minute. Let's give Tim 1 minute. And if he doesn't fully claim his first, then Twitwit might actually get away and jack first off of Tim. She might jack it right off of Tim. You know what I'm saying? Twit. Tim. Hold on. Let's see here. Tim Osmond chimes in. Nope, mine. Excellent. Fatality. Now, out of sheer desperation, the entity known as WitTwit. WitTwit might actually be a non-corporeal like demon from like that movie like Unfriended, or one of the movies where the ghost lives inside the internet, inside the Facebook, inside the YouTube. Because this isn't Twit. This is someone else named WitTwit. It's like the evil twin. It's like the dark twin. The maniacal, dark, demonic twin imposter of the original Twitwit. Now, the original Twitwit would have actually come on to shows sometimes. But this WitTwit inversion, is this an inversion? Tim laid a smackdown, just denial, just denied. Okay, let's move on. They got us in a shadow list. We must not be tube worthy. I get comment warnings often. Got banned from commenting for 2 days. Haha. From my channel? I doubt. If it was because of an automation that I had set. If that happened on my channel. It depends on the channel, but there's chats where 90% of what I'm posting doesn't show up. You know what? That may very well be my live stream. That's happening. That might be because long time ago, years ago, there was too much fuckery, and it became where the whole thing wasn't even fun anymore. And I was like, well, I want to do it, and I want people to be able to comment, but so I put all kinds of things in here that are like filtered out. Like, you're not allowed to probably cuss at all in my thing, not even cuss or something, right? And you're definitely not allowed to say like all the trigger words. But yeah, because I wanted to do it. It works here, but not on Nathan's. He has his chat locked down as fuck. See, that's cool. I can cuss. I don't think you guys can, though. So, yeah, this bitch got the fucking $25 million lawsuit. Maybe it sets a precedent. Maybe that means that there's some hope. Because I know you guys out there know it. There is anti-Adamic, systemic racism for fucking real. You try to get certain jobs. Oh, white man? Heterosexual white man? Not sorry, not interested. We don't want you in this entire industry at all. Nope. Okay. Why cuss when you can recuse? Yeah. YouTube even censors their own icons. Like if I post just a parrot or just a chair. What's just a chair supposed to mean? Anyways, okay. So yeah. And then it blows my mind to think about the fact that when it comes to genetics, certain things are a one-way road. And like if you venture off and try to take a certain line and mix it with another, well, some lines have dominant genes and some lines have recessive genes. And the ones with recessive genes, the genes disappear. So, because of the fact that that's a thing that is widely accepted, popular, scientific, basically fact, that alone completely disproves evolution as a whole. But I've done videos on that before. But there's a channel out there called History with Kaylee, and she's like German or Swiss or Finnish or Dutch or Norwegian or what's the other one? Not Swiss, not Switzerland. Sweden, Swedish, Svenska. And she just has hours and hours and hours of speculating and postulating and validating the entire fuckery bullshit theories of evolution. And she has all these different forms of human species, all these little halfway. The thing is, they all jump from one to the next. There is no line of evolution. And she doesn't even realize what she's fucking saying. And it's embarrassing. Because some of her shit was okay. It was talking about like pyramids and shit. I was like, oh, more history shit. Cool, whatever. But then she starts getting into her fucking evolution shit. I'm like, wow. And she's as Adamic as you could be. And it's just a massive disappointment that she's out there doing this. And with her million-something subscribers, whatever the fuck. Maybe not even. But yeah, that's another thing I discovered. And it's a shame. And one of her videos, I was sitting there listening to it in the background driving. And within the first 30 seconds, I thought about the fact that, certain lineages, the children of God, it's a one-way road when it comes to the genetic line. It's a one-way road it can be polluted, but it can't be, it starts pure. You can only muddy it. Okay? And it's visibly visible. And, God. And this person's sitting here and she's one of God's children and is bashing it and has no idea what she's doing. It's totally humiliating. If she knew the truth, it might just completely blow her mind. But it seems like she's too liberal and too cucked of a person. I mean, she lives in Finland or whatever the fuck. She's just too cucked of a person mentally to understand what she's really actually saying and doing to herself. Oh, Mackinac. Kalergi. Yeah, it is Kalergi. Scandinavian. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Celtic German. They're all nearly atheists in those countries. I know. That's crazy. Well, that's the deception. The countries that really should be the most have been brainwashed to forget the fact that, oh wait, the Bible, that's about your people and stuff, like it's about that ruddiness, And that doesn't mean that anyone's better than anybody else. It's just biblical teachings, that's all. If you want to stay true to the Bible, you have to understand certain things about the world. You have to understand about the tree of life versus the tree of knowledge of good and evil. These are family trees. Anyways. So, yeah. And then there's another thing. I made a video on this once. Now, this is a little bit out there. And I don't think I could get in trouble for asking a question. But when you look on Wikipedia and you look up human, it says that there's male and female in this so-called scientifically accepted definition of a human. And it doesn't say anything about anything other than male and female. Now, if you want to identify as something that's neither of those, or if you want to identify as an inanimate object or as an animal or as some other kind of imaginary creation, and were you to sign that away and make that official, like on your driver's license, or make that official on your paperwork or in your whatever, change your name legally in the court of law, something like that, wouldn't you technically have to rescind your human rights at that point? If you declare yourself as something that's not part of the human species, do you deserve to have human rights? It's just a question. Are you not rescinding? And what's another good word for that? Just giving it away. Relinquishing. Hello, I am Faith. I am controversy. You're partially blind now. Wow. Still getting that check from Uncle Sam. Okay, so yeah, that's just a question. I'm not saying yes or no in either direction, but if you're going to declare yourself something that's not necessarily human, do you deserve human rights? Maybe you do, but you're relinquishing them, aren't you not? Are you not? You're relinquishing them. Okay. Oh, wow. I still never even got it back around to it. I was talking about some shit. Oh, no. I said it. I got almost partway to what I wanted to fucking say to you guys. I handle my business at my job. And then the right person came in and wielded their powers in my favor. Not even in my favor, just back into fucking fairness. And laid the smack down on people that were doing some things they really, really were not supposed to be doing. And throughout the whole thing, at some point in all the pit of despair, the hopelessness that was before things got fixed, a way of coping with it was just accepting certain things. And it got to the point where you can tell. Now, like I was getting at, this might not be true for all people that have suffered this, but there's a cycle of abuse. And when certain people are abusive to coworkers or employees or other people around them, it makes you wonder what kind of hardships they suffered through and why they now think it's okay to pass that on. Or when they're given even the slightest bit of authority over other people in a bullshit job, even that slight tiny bit, they immediately go to complete overuse and complete overabuse, straight to it, and it's just an immediate judge of their character. And you just realize, okay, I'm just working in a lion's den. I'm just amidst demons. So just daily prayers at work, protect me from any kind of witchcraft, protect me from any kind of demonic influence, any kind of trickery, chicanery. Into the Break says, what is a human? Why do humans have rights? I mean, I don't know. Damn. Wow, you just made me think of something crazy, but I also just immediately lost what I was thinking too at the same time. Oh yeah, Mac and Ash. These people, yeah. So you could tell, and it makes you. At one point, it made me want to ask him, bro, were you like, and I thought, how cruel would that be of me to say that? But that's how bad it had gotten, to where it was like, hey, buddy, so let's talk eye to eye, man to man, as grown-ups. You're a little fucking demon bitch, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that you need to fucking check yourself immediately. And what the fuck are you gonna do about it? It was basically at that level. Like, oh yeah, let's shut the door real quick. I got something I need to talk to you about. Level shit. And it's really sad that people are in that situation. And there's so many things after, some days are frustrating, and every few days, every 4 or 5 days, you sit there, and then for a little bit after work, you're sitting there thinking about, I fucking hate this motherfucker and shit. And you're like, well, wait, why am I wasting my energy thinking about this little fucking piece of shit? And So then you get over it, but then over time, you're there. And there's so many things I could say that in those times, like such as I was just talking about, really digging in deep and understanding the situation, understanding who I'm dealing with, and thinking about them in depth and how I can make changes in their behavior. What I can say to them, how I can be towards them, I know it sounds manipulative, but when they're being a demonic piece of shit to you, because by default, I'm super nice and neutral to everybody. But when someone's bringing their witchcraft, their satanic wizardry and sorcery and fucking witchcraft and faggot shit, well, not faggot shit, but when they're bringing their fucking demonic shit, that's the level I have to go to protect myself. I have to use all the equipment I can. And there's also a lot of prayer involved too. And the prayers are answered. And when you're truly right, don't forget you're the sons of God. And you can pray to our Creator, who was here as a man and sacrificed life in this flesh body to redeem our failures in many levels, in many departments. One of which is the river of life and maintaining its essence as blessed upon us. And you could pray for these things, and you will have small victories. And it's not even about competition, and it's not even about victory per se. It's more about balance and fairness. And to me, the reattainment of that balance and that fairness is a victory. Because that's all I ever wanted in the first place. I didn't want special privileges over someone else. I wanted the special privileges of other people to stop being abused at my expense. And all I wanted was fairness. That's all I ever wanted. Because I'm nice. I'm not here to steal your shit. You better not steal my shit. And I guess to me, that's a victory. And to me, that's a massive blessing of hard prayer. Prayer from the pit of despair. Why do humans have rights? Don't take the bait. So many hearts. Is that heart still in chat? Heart attack? Just to mention. Good on you, VB. Is your family cowering to these ungrateful opportunists? Yeah. Well, there's just, a couple of guys that were. I got rid of the heart. I didn't mean to get rid of a heart. Is there such thing? I don't even know what you're talking about, guys. But yeah, no, all I wanted was fucking fairness, man. And over the last month, for whatever reason, I've received two of the biggest tips of my entire many years doing this. Just obnoxious, massive, obnoxious tips. Two of them in the last 2 months. And while long suffering and enduring the fuckery that I knew that was costing my earnings, see, because it's fucked up. It's like, I'm not trying to be greedy. The thing is that in my line of work, you get out what you put in. So I was putting in all this work, but some of it was getting chipped away and stolen out from underneath me, basically. Is how you can look at it. And then once I set things straight with the higher ups, and the higher ups came in and told these guys, hey, you're not going to do any of this anymore. And they stopped doing it. Everything is right back where it's supposed to be. And where it was for most of the time. But recently, for some reason, people's fucking egos got hurt. Tell us about those things and not you being a Karen at work. It wasn't me being a Karen, bro. It was me getting stolen from. or wages earned and stuff like that. So things got sorted real quick. You got to have faith, and you pray to God and you endure these things. And then the blessings, and it's, and the thing is that you shouldn't even be doing it looking for the blessings. The blessings are an afterthought. They're just an afterthought. And it's awesome. It's like, oh yeah, the real satisfaction is just being right and doing the right thing. Because the real prize is in the afterlife. It's infuriating, says YouTube. Don't settle for their appeasement. Yeah, a troll toll for giving them houses and food and chance to being civilized. Remember when we fed the world in Live Asia, we still haven't heard a thank you. Apparently we are the evil ones. Twit appeases, there's no shame. I know a guy who used to say, you gotta have faith. George Michael Jordan Sparks? Boy George Michael Jordan Sparks? Anyways, let's move on to another fucking random topic. Or should I fucking do this instead? Okay. Now, have you ever seen certain people and you notice that damn people all the time they gotta have music? Tim, you want to come on here and talk about trans people in our sacred spaces? No, you hear people and you like it, allegedly, and you hear them and they always got to have the music playing, like in their apartment, in their house, in their garage. They're not even in their garage, but the music's still playing. They're in their car, they're in their bedroom, it's in the bathroom, it's everywhere they go, everything they do, constantly at all times. And then when they don't have it in their car and they're walking, they got it in their earphone and they're listening to the music then. Or they're listening to something then. And they got to have constant stimulation. And it makes you wonder, is it because the demons are lingering over their shoulders so closely, antagonizing them so much, that they got to have that constant noise in an attempt to cover up the demons that inherently surround them? It makes you wonder, right? Allegedly. Only psychopaths don't listen to music in a car. Sometimes I do. Twitwood says, my neighbor plays a lot of Rihanna. Oh, how miserable. God is found in silence. Next subject. Okay. Oh yeah. So, I guess it would be cruel to say those things, right? To my authorities. And I can actually think about them and their life and see straight through them. And all their fucked up failures. And all their fucked up shortcomings. And I could just fuck them up real bad. But, you gotta choose not to, I guess. It was the right decision. Because it worked out good. So we talked about the chupacabras and all their blood getting sucked down the aliens. And here's my theory. It's not aliens, okay? It's someone harvesting that shit. And the eyeballs especially, okay? The eyeballs are probably sold as food. Now, I guess we could talk about a couple comments for the true crime scene. I'm mostly over it. I'm waiting to see Brian Koberger get released immediately. And then suing the shit out of MPD, suing the fucking dick right off of fucking Ashley Banfield. Suing her dick right off. For all the slander, all the fucking harassment, all the fucking misinformation, all the lies, all the fucking rumors, all the slander, all the defamation that her and News Nation and all these other fucking pieces of shit, NBC, ABC, they've all made hit pieces. And that's what I'm waiting for at this point. Because this is the most obvious frame job I think I've ever seen in my life. And hovering around the scene, there's certain people, True Crime Rocket Science and True Crime Time. True Crime Time, 007. And many others have been asking, why BK hasn't presented his alibi. You know why? Because he's waiting for them to release information to him. Because he knows this entire thing is corrupt from top to bottom. And that this entire system, this entire circuit, this judge, all these people are all bought and paid for. They're all sold out to somebody. Pretty much to the university. And all the investors in the university, all the alumni. One of the alumni is the fucking judge. And all these people's fucking 401k plans, all their fucking retirement funds are all tied up in the perpetuation of this college. They're willing to sacrifice this guy's life. And it's funny that they get a guy from a rival school, one of the top students at the rival school, and they're trying to make a satanic sacrifice out of him. He's part of the sacrifice. I guess you could say 4 victims, and maybe he's the 5th one. Maybe the 5th point of a 5-pointed pentagram star of sacrifice. For the witches of Idaho. Maybe fucking so. And he's obviously being framed, and they need a fucking patsy. But these people are asking, why hasn't he fucking presented an alibi? He knows that it's so corrupt that no matter what he says, he can't do it yet because he knows that it's all fucking corrupt. So he has to wait until a certain point, until certain things are established before they reveal that information. It's pretty obvious. And then you got Drunk Turkey Show. Drunk Turkey Show. These guys sit there with their sunglasses on in their little studio. I've talked about this before, two episodes ago. And it's probably the most unentertaining, the most stale, the most boring fucking live stream I've ever seen. With 3 of the most doofiest, frankly, exhausting doofuses. Maybe the lead guy is the least annoying, but that doesn't mean he's the least cringe. And the other 2 guys, I just can't take it. It's like listening to like 8th graders. They operate on a fucking 8th grader's level. It's dumb as fuck, bro. It's like dirt shit, dude. That's what that show is. This is the fucking dirt turkey fucking show, actually. And the guy's a former fucking cop. And then all of a sudden they end up on ABC Nightline or fucking NBC 2020, whatever the fuck it was. And then the whole thing just paints them to look like idiots, just like they did to Patty and Mark and Flat Earth and all that shit. and many others where they've suckered him in and then made him look stupid. But he's a former cop and he's trying to grow his channel and he lives off these fucking super chats and shit. So he's like, oh, this would be great money for my fucking channel. Oh, I'll just get all this fucking notoriety and shit. Oh yeah, bro, it's time to cash in, buddy. And so he's all, and it's just the most disgusting shit ever. And the guy is a fucking authoritarian bootlicker. They're all authoritarian bootlickers, and they already have convicted BK in their mind, just because it's like the popular thing to do. When they literally look like fucking absolute morons, because the fact still stands. There's no tangible evidence that's been presented against BK at this time. None. No tangible, real, legitimate, unarguable, actual, real fucking evidence. There's zero still to this day. Literally zero. And every single thing that they try to bring has been thoroughly shot down. Just machine gunned down. One after the other. Machine gunned down with ease. This is the biggest, most obvious frame job that you've ever seen in your life. And they keep asking, well, then why doesn't he step forward with an alibi? He knows he can't because of the corruption. And that's why he's trying to get a dismissal right now. Especially after the secret and damn near illegal grand jury indictment of people that are from the area that have been interviewed by hundreds of YouTubers knocking on them door to door. You want to do an interview from our YouTube channel as a neighbor of the fucking 1122 fucking murders, And all those people are the ones that are selected to be the ones that, all right, so we got a guy. Should we punish him? What do you think they're going to fucking say? Let the fucking pitchforks come out, right? Hang on a second. What's the fucking deal? Oh. Yeah, okay. So anyways, let the fucking pitchforks come out. And then you got the bootlickers selling out, making everybody look stupid in that whole scene. And everybody in that scene is fucking worshiping the Derp Turkey show. Because Derpule is a former fucking oink oink. Mr. Derpule's a fucking former oink oink. And everybody's like, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. It's like, give me a fucking break. Of course he's going to take the fucking state's bullshit fucking side. And all their fucking bullshit fucking planted bullshit evidence. And there's not even a lot of it planted. It's just basically a couple things have been planted. And it's like, let me medicine tastes like cherry. It tastes like damn cherry cough syrup. Getting jiggy with it. Hold on. Wow. No. I have not. They'd want me to think what? They want me to think what? Okay, now. Okay. So, everybody wants to fucking, celebrate these dimwits, you know what I'm saying? And it makes me think about the entire true crime network of people. And these people want to feel like they're close to the action. They want to be investigators. Now, why do they want to be investigators? Do they want to be vigilantes? Or do they just get off on the judgment? And I gotta say, I'm guilty of being judgmental. That's half, if not 75% of this fucking channel. Is me being a judgmental fucking prick. A self-righteous, arrogant dickhead. You know, I look back at my old shit and I'm embarrassed all the time. But then I leave it up anyways. Because I think, geez, what is bravery? Do these people just want to wave their fucking pitchforks in the air? Is that what it's really all about? They just want to mob up, wave that pitchfork, fit in with the crowd that's angry about something? Why can't, you know, the Bud Light thing, the boycott, the Target, it's gone to what, 35%? Whatever it is. Why can't it be like 98%? Why can't it be? I mean, I guess there's already just contracts and stuff, and like the hotel industry. Maybe they buy bulk in contracts. Maybe only 30% is the consumer ready available market for that company. And that's just completely gone. But that's all that their company is, 30%. The other 70% is like stronghold contracts of mass distribution that's already been bought and paid for years ago. And that's why they're always going to have at least 70%. I don't know how it works. It's sad for the distribution guys, the guys who are the truckers that were making good money doing that, and had their life was set, like, okay, I'm just in with this, and this is what we're gonna do, because it ain't like this is ever gonna stop being sold. So, but then all of a sudden there's a massive boycott, and their jobs are like done. It's like, what? Wow, it's just so massive. It's just so fucked up how. The upper executives could make such a fucking shitty decision. Without realizing it. Now, are you talking about, oh, here we go. I heard a local Idaho politician say he, BK, will have his day in court to prove he's innocent. That hit hard. Yeah. Now, there's arguments that many other people were involved with the BK situation. And to me, that was my first immediate reaction. I was like, this is witchcraft oriented, or there's multiple people involved, or both. Because you gotta think, small town. There's probably like weird covens, weird groups of fucking outlaws that are up there fucking around, doing fucking missions and shit like that. What else do we have to fucking talk about here? Oh, that's it. Yeah. People want to be fucking bootlickers. As J.B. Gunner says, people want to be fucking bootlickers. They want that fucking easy way out. They're so scared that oh, wait, the state could have lied to me this much for this long? And now that it's so far in, and I know I'll hear these ideas that I presented here, I know I'll hear them in certain people's videos coming up within the next week or within the next day. But this case has gone on for so long, and the state has been lying to the believers, the bootlickers, about BK and all of the bullshit. The state and News Nation all together mixed in, because they're the same thing half the time, have been lying to these people, these true crime fucking fans, half-ass true crime fans. And the half-ass true crime fans are like not willing to accept the fact that this has been a big pack of lies for this long of a time. And since they're this far in, they're just scared to admit that to themselves. And they're going to just double down and say no, just like True Crime Time 007 and fucking True Crime Rocket Science and all these people, all these fucking cringe fucking cucks are going to fucking, they're just all tripling down, quadrupling down, and just hoping and praying that that their horse wins the fucking race. But you know what? Shake up that fucking 8-ball, that magic 8-ball. Outlook not so good. Outlook not so good. You know what I mean? For certain people, probably, maybe. If there is any justice, because I mean, as from an outsider looking in, this is just stupidly obvious. Anyone in their right mind is going to say, "Oh, this case is a fucking joke." They literally have no actual, tangible, real evidence, and if they do, they're withholding shit. You know what they're withholding? It's either nothing or it's all pure bullshit. So, if you're not going to present your case, and then you're going to go even further and have a secret grand jury indictment, then you're going to have to show something, because otherwise we're throwing this out. Because you can't just secretly persecute someone with just so many violations of the Constitution. This is worse than the shit they did to the guys who did the boom boom in the fucking, the city of the Celtics, in the marathon. That's like even worse than what they did to them. Or what they've done to any of these people that are so-called, terrorists or something. But, I mean, a quadruple fucking stabbing, I wouldn't consider that terrorism. That's just a sick act of violence. Which, I think that's supposed to work. I think that's supposed to work. But yeah, what they're doing is it's like a joke at this point. And if you actually believe that this is a legitimate case that they're building against this guy, if you're one of these cuckolds out here that are acting like this shit's like real and shit, you're just a complete fucking asshole at this point. You're like aggressively a fucking piece of shit at this point. In fact, it's like we need to make a top 10 worst, most fucking evil piece of shit fucking true crime channels. Absolute bootlicking fucking sellout. Top 10, Like, I think that might be my next fucking video. And show some fucking channels. And show why they're complete fucking authoritarian fucking sellouts. Totalitarian fucking cucks. Yeah. Zero Infinity Live. Sup, Big Mac? Into the break. Big Mac Miller Lite. Face. Come on and talk about the fucking... Come in and talk about shit. Who fucks that? I don't know that channel. shit. How good?
Yo,
What's up?
what's happening, dude? Oh shit, I got
Wow.
echo.
Big Mac Bud Light.
Dang, y'all. Oh boy.
So yeah, I was at Target the other day getting some fucking Bud Light, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking tranny fluid, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's June. Why not talk about it?
It's June something or something. I don't know.
Something like that, man.
What are
I
you doing?
fucking I've worked all day and then I fell asleep when I got home.
Are you fucking doing construction again?
Yeah, I'm back to the tile.
Tile?
Mm-hmm.
Is it paying good right now?
I make about 30 bucks an hour.
Yeah. Are you doing a
Decent.
big site? Or are you doing houses?
Uh, no, it's just residential stuff.
Oh yeah. Little projects and shit? Or the
Oh
everyday?
no, we got a big job at this lady's house, like 2.5 months worth, custom bathroom install, shit like that.
Wow.
It's gonna be a big deal.
Like a mansion or some shit?
Kinda, but yeah, I'll probably make about 10 grand out of it. I'm happy
That's
about
good.
that. Yeah.
What's the weather like right now in your region?
Probably like 85 degrees.
Oh,
So
it's nice and fucking warm.
yeah, dude, Oklahoma, nice.
Yeah, but I would figure right now for you guys at this time of the like this not quite the depths of summer and you are up north, I would figure it'd be like 70 degrees out right now at night. You know?
Oh man, Oklahoma's not the Texas.
Oh, wait. I forgot you're in Oklahoma right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I always forget that. So it's been 2 fucking years, man.
Yeah, dude, what's been up to?
Just tossing about.
Yeah, I hear you.
um, just working still, and just I moved again, but even closer. Then I switched to another fucking company. And it's a little bit better,
Nice.
and been actually able to save up a little.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I ended up moving, built a house, got the fuck out of the city, like once all the COVID fucking garbage happened. And I pieced the fuck out because I realized that no fake virus is a danger, but fucking retarded people are.
No,
So,
what
got
about the
out.
what about the spot you were in before, and you had that whole garage thing?
Which one? Oh, that was in North OKC. I got a big ass motherfucking place now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're doing good, man. You feeling healthy and shit?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm
Yeah.
fucking old now.
Yeah.
So,
But that work is a lot more skill than backbreaking.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a good mix of both.
Yes. Like today was demo day, man. Like I had fucking tiles smacking me on the head and shit because that's the fucking nature of the job when we're demoing. And some asshole decides to like tile the ceiling, and they're like, "Rip this down." And I'm like, "Oh, great."
How would you do that? You put shit behind it, or you bash it with a shovel and then peel it?
Usually just bash it with a hammer, or, you know what I mean, and just start ripping things out.
A tiled fucking ceiling?
Yep.
What size fucking tiles?
They're like 6x6.
Wow, that's annoying as fuck, man, right?
Yep.
And you bashed it and just pulled. Did it come down? Just rip down in like parts and shit?
Yeah, all over the head. It was a blast.
Well, that's fun. We need to get Twitwit in here. You think this fucking Twit? You think it's an imposter Twitwit? It's like the
Of course
evil.
not.
It's an evil demon twin, right?
Prove yourself, Your Honor.
She wants you to sing Good Vibrations. Come on, feel it. Oh. So you been doing any good music shit, or you just been?
Yeah, I released a EP, a bunch of singles not too long ago. And I'm working on a 10-song LP and a 6-song EP for 2 different projects. Personal stuff. Just me.
God, all creative.
Yeah, trying to fucking like the 10-song one's like was written I don't know 15 years ago, and I'm just finishing it because it never really got pressed and released. So
Is it metal or is it?
it's like
smooth jazz?
metalcore, but it's like dated. You know what I mean? Like you can tell it was written like 10, 15 years ago.
Well, what are you doing with it? Why even fuck with it then?
Because it exists, but I just want to fucking get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good track, man. It's good music, I think. I just need to fucking manicure it and sculpt it a little bit to make it more contemporary.
How does fucking music? How do drums and guitars really come to life and pop on these later productions of rock and punk and metal? How is that?
There's all kinds of tricks you gotta fucking do. Most of it's with like saturation and side compression.
It's compression.
Well, side compression. It's so weird. Like, essentially, you compress the dog shit out of a signal, and then you slowly mix it in, and it builds the body. You gain overall punch and volume.
Yeah, like the volume wars, right?
Yeah, and that's been dead and gone for a while because you can't go any further than where everybody's at right now. And everybody's already learned how to like destroy their music. So,
And maximize it to your ears, and maximize it to any speaker system. It's crazy science, you know. And it's crazy to think about how songs are constructed nowadays according to the kinds of speakers that the music is going to be listened on to. You know?
yeah, there's a bunch of programs that I fuck with for like mastering, and it's like, oh, listen to what your mix will sound like on like a fucking iPhone. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Or like in a car stereo or something.
Yeah, everything sounds the best in my car, man. Everything always sounds the best in my car.
Do you get a system?
No, I got a newer car, you know. And just
That's
music. I mean, music just generally, because you got the different speakers and a little bit of bass in there, and you know, surrounded and shit. It's rocking.
Yeah.
I mean, because I live in an apartment, so I can't really rock out in my apartment. I mean, headphones, I guess, technically are always going to be the best.
Sometimes depends.
Depends, right? But sometimes in the car, you know.
Dude, the car test is always fucking because they're all regulated for a specific fucking like level, you know.
Yeah. Man, okay, so you know Rob Scallion?
Yeah.
What's your take on that guy?
I think he's gimmicky as fuck, but he does the thing and makes money.
Now, the only thing I've heard the name for years, never bothered to look at him or see what he does musically or anything like that. But I started getting suggested these videos, and one of them is there's this guy Sean Acker or something.
Yeah.
And he's a classical guitarist, and I fucking love the shit out of his videos. He plays all these classical pieces on his little different guitars and shit. And I sent him to my one buddy, and he's like, bro, that's so pretentious, and you're so fucking cheesy, bro. And I was like, whatever, dude, this shit is fucking genius. This shit fucking really, like, gets me going musically, mentally, and shit. He's playing all this badass fucking brogue music on his little fucking ancient fucking 1655 fucking whatever guitar. It's not even called, you know what I'm talking about? It's not even called a guitar. It doesn't even, and so this guy's doing this shit, and then so he goes on to the Rob Scallion show, Rob Scallon or whatever. And Rob Scallon's sitting there playing the guy's guitars, and he's being all aggressive with him and shit. And you can see the guest getting a little bit whingy about it, like, "Hey, take it easy, buddy." But he doesn't want to say anything because he's gonna get millions and millions of views, and his channel's gonna explode after being on Rob Scallon's channel. And I just feel so sorry because and then Rob Scallon goes on this other guy, this Asian guy, doing this fucking module fucking music, plugging in all these wires and all these modules and shit. And then Rob Scallon's sitting there fucking twisting the shit out of all his knobs and just like smashing all his shit up, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy is just like hating this right now.
Right, Drew probably has this shit all fucking set up for a certain thing.
Well, no, he totally opened it up and had it completely emptied so they could do it from scratch. So it wasn't like he didn't ruin stuff. But when they started, after 2 hours of them doing all these experimental things, Rob Scallon starts like going over and twisting the shit out of all these knobs that are not meant to be played with in that fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just doing all this shit like that, and he's like laughing with his little hoo hoo hoo. And I'm just like, bro, if I was that guy right there, I would fucking murder this guy right now. I would
Yeah,
punch
yeah.
a hole through this fucking face right now.
It's super cringy, bro. And he does all these videos where that nobody asks for, like, oh, For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, in the vein of like bluegrass, but only done on mandolins.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. See, I don't even know about all that stuff, so.
It's annoying to the point where anytime I see his content, I usually change it immediately.
Yeah, I'm in that not interested category.
Yep, yep. It's like that guy Glenn Fricka, the Canadian dude that may be a woman, but I don't know. That lady's always yelling. So I don't know. There's lots of shit personalities in the music industry that but they have like content and they're like go-to people for whatever reason, just because they make the content.
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing better than that fucking clown grind that you showed me that time, though.
The Clowncore?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Lewis Cole from a band called Knower, but he also does his own stuff. Very how can I even say it? It's really weird. I just look him up though, Knower or Lewis Cole.
Yeah. Well, the clowncore is super prog, technically.
Yeah. He plays the drums.
And like, it's really neat, all the fucking sax elements and shit like that. And then for some reason, the YouTube fucking recommended Caldera, this old like funk street jazz band deal from 1976. And it was their first album, and I listened to it, and it fucking blew my mind, man. And I've been this like huge fucking fan of this first album by this old weird, jazz funk band instrumental, Caldera. And I fucking pop hard for that shit every time I fucking rip and fucking listen to it in the headphones, and I'm just like, yes, bro. Oh, it's like satisfying my fucking soul and shit,
Oh yeah, man. I went through a portion of time where I was listening to like fucking Miles Davis and Coltrane and shit like that. And I don't know, jazz blew my mind for a good portion of time, but after I got lost like a million times, where I'm just like, I don't even know anymore.
well, this band Caldera is less along the lines of jazz and more along the lines of funk,
Yeah.
But not straight funk. But they do have straight funk songs. But it's a little bit along the lines of maybe the Price is Right, kind of like Spanish or Mexican, with the horns, lots of horns and lots of bright, crazy horn arrangements. Dun, 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 dun. Like crazy, but not huge fields of horns, because it's more like a jazz setup where there's just one horn or just a trumpet and just a trombone, or maybe just a sax and maybe just a flute, But they play the living shit out of these instruments all through the whole album. It's only 6 songs, and I mean the key work is out of this fucking world. It's the kind of shit that when you're having a real musically enlightened moment and you're like in a real peaceful setting and you're really vibing on the fucking music with the shit, and you're really mental in there and you're just like loving it, absorbing it, and you hear some of the shit that the key work and the flute work is doing on this, and it gives you fucking little fucking chord gasms and shit in your mind.
Bro. There's a group called Arch Echo, right? They're like a fusion progressive metal group, but not really. They don't have any vocalists or anything like that. And it's just like seven fucking musicians that just absolutely fucking top notch, and they just all crush. Like keys, fucking drums, bass. They play all types of different fucking music. It's the most insane fucking band I've ever seen in my entire life.
What year is their shit from?
No, the current.
Oh, okay.
Arch Echo. They look like a bunch of like weirdo dudes that fucking played D&D and never like did a girl.
Oh man. So, do you have any opinions on this Idaho 4 case at all?
I don't know anything about it.
What?
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay. So it's best not to weigh in on it then.
What is it? What do you mean?
This big murder case, the Idaho 4 college students.
Oh, those ones. I don't know too much about it. I really didn't pay too much attention about it, but I remember It was like some dude fucking like got like implicated, and then they pulled away from him.
Oh no, it took them 49 days to get their fucking patsy. And it's
Yeah,
like
that's the fucking. I guess.
to me, yeah, and that's how I've always felt about it. Because when the shit first went down, it was not even talked about in the mainstream that much at all. It was mentioned one time, and then there was 2 weeks of space before the next time they even mentioned the case. And then and then from there it slowly grew in notoriety and popularity until it was about 30 days old, like from the actual event and what was being reported in the news, where it was finally starting to get like more attention from the news. And that's about when most people caught on to it.
I remember hearing about it when it happened. Everybody on polls was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. There was like an initial burst, and then there was just quiet on the front for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden it started getting more momentum. And then from there, everything about it has been complete fuckery. Like the most obvious frame job you've ever seen in your life.
Interesting. I need to look into it.
Yeah, it's almost comedy. Like, but see, the thing is, there's so many fucking details. I never followed true crime shit, but this case, because it looked like a screen plot, it really drew me in. I was like, oh, this is fucking different. Let's see what this is all about. This is like crazy movie plot shit. You never see like 3 girls and a guy. And of course, they show all the girls' absolute best filtered fucking Instagram shots to make them look like way better than they actually do.
Like they weren't fucking pigs. Yeah.
Ditch pigs.
You know they already put on the Freshman 15. That's cool.
I mean, them college girls right there, you could tell they weren't necessarily like, top of the line, and everyone's acting like, oh, these are Stacy's, they're so perfect and pure, they're like little precious angels, and it's like, no, these are some fucking party skanks and shit, and
right,
and everybody, and like they're in this party house and everybody's wasted on all these drugs and shit. It's almost comical, and the funny thing is though is that there's so much shit going on that, like with News Nation, they just make up stories and put it out there and act like it's real, and then half the community buys into it and makes hours and hours and days of content on some straight up fake news story.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure fucking the news is like written by AI at this point.
Yeah, right.
And it's parroted, like.
Man, I see this thing that supposedly you can spend like $5, maybe like $5 a month, and you can have like unlimited AI generation for your YouTube thumbnails.
Oh yeah, Midjourney. Well, something like that.
There's a name for it?
Yeah, Midjourney is one of the better ones. You can do a lot of shit with Midjourney. I mean, lots of shit.
Thinking of that now, it makes sense that there's this guy named Kinetic Symphony that I listen to sometimes, and over the years his thumbnails have just gotten better and better and better. And then as of late, they look like damn fucking Unreal Engine, fucking.
Yeah, Midjourney. The way it works, you have to have a Discord account, and then you have to join their Discord server, or if you pay for it, you can load it up onto your server, and then use it, accordingly. But there's all types of shit. Like you can put like a basic idea of something and a picture of a person, and you can like I don't know, blend them all together, and it looks great.
Yeah.
There's all types of shit you can do.
I know, because like there's so many times when I've wanted to express a very particular idea, and you know how my videos are, I like to like show an image and try to make it be match up to the words. But it's
you want a picture of fucking Patricia Steele with a dildo on her head, fucking riding a fucking Greyhound.
Backwards.
Right, I get it.
No, hanging on it from underneath. Oh. Oh. So, yeah, there's that, and then there's the whole. What else is going on? What are all the big news stories? I want to hear your take on all the bullshit that's going on.
Everything's going on, dude. They're trying to fucking do all the things.
Right? Everywhere now.
I don't even know what to think about this whole fucking Trump indictment thing. Where I'm just like, as I predicted this shit, well, my prediction is fucking years ago was Biden and Harris fall on the sword, destroy the fucking country, because it's obviously the way it's fucking gone, right?
Yeah.
Destroy the fucking money system, and then when the new person gets in and the system works, with air quotes, right? They collapse the fucking financial markets, and then Great Reset, and we have our fucking Great Reset to applause as opposed to gunfire. A very nationalistic fucking default of the system, and everybody will cheer because there'll probably be like a debt holiday or something like that, debt forgiveness for everything, because there won't be any money, and then everybody's like, "Yay, America!" But it's really just the same people just steering us in the direction they want us to go in.
Which is right back to Red China.
Yeah, essentially.
Or some French incarnation halfway between.
Right, it's the World Economic Forum stuff. They lay out the fucking playbook. You know what I mean? Like, what's enough? Ivanka Trump, right? She was the World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard, fucking shit. Zelensky and Vladimir Putin also.
Yeah.
You know?
There's that
Sorry.
there's that high level shit like that, you know, and then there's lower level shit, you know, that I like to fuck around with, because that's the kind of stuff that seems to have more implication on the way people are going to act around me in my daily life. You know, like the pop culture and the news and shit. That's what I've been focused on a lot more lately. I used to be focused on big world politics and stuff like that, but I feel so hopeless thinking about that shit. We have no fucking...
Yeah, I'm paying attention to it just because I'm fucking autistic, but I don't give a fuck about it anymore. Like, I don't even fly a goddamn American flag anymore. I don't give a goddamn what happens in upstate New York. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, all these people, especially with this shit going on in California right now, I don't know if you're paying attention to that. But California just passed a law where if your kid is like, I want to cut my pee-pee off because I'm 6, and you're like, no, you're 6, you're a retarded little kid, like, go do your homework. The state of California is going to come in and steal the kid and cut his dick off.
Yeah.
Like it's a law.
Yeah, they actually passed the bill.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I've watched this video today of about a fucking House of Representatives, or California House of Representatives, talking about like, if you love your children, flee California immediately. Get out of here, hurry up. And he's talking about moving back to America out of California. And I'm like, Jesus, this guy's a representative.
Yeah, damn.
Shit's getting wild right now. And it's like literally the slippery slope that everybody was talking about when you're like, oh, if you let the gays get married, it's going to be slippery slope and they'll be marrying dogs. That's where we're at, you know. They've taken over, and it's not even the LGBs. It's the fucking the TIA LGTB BBQ, whatever it is.
You know, LGBTQ, might as well throw P on there too.
P-Mars? What's up? Shout out P-Mars.
Oh shit, P-Mars?
No, you said P. I don't know. I thought we were talking about P-Mars and lumping them in with the gays.
Oh. So you're saying basically P-Mars is a gay lump?
Absolutely.
Man, so Twitwit has her theories about the old James Holmes, the orange-haired Joker guy.
Well, Twit, you should get your ass on here and fucking crack a bottle of wine and tell the story. What's up?
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's all this shit going on. But, you know, there's not even much. It's just all boiled down to the culture war. The culture war is heating up. Or maybe that's just the only thing I'm watching. Or maybe everything that's happening out there is being pigeonholed into this is right-wing propaganda or this is leftist propaganda.
I don't know, man. It seems like the dicks are on the table now. And everybody's making moves to the point where they're trying to turn every Western city into fucking Tel Aviv. Where like pedophilia is fucking like cool and fucking, you know what I mean? I'm serious. Tel Aviv has a non-extradition fucking rule law where they don't extradite fucking sex offenders. So like, if you're like a Jewish person that fucking bangs some fucking kids and you're like, gotta go, you go to fucking Tel Aviv. They don't extradite.
Wow.
And it's weird because they really only pushing this on non-Jewish kids. And it just seems to be more of population control. It's like the same thing as the fucking COVID shots or fucking birth control and shit. You're essentially sterilizing children.
Yeah.
And adults, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Life's fucked up, man. That's why I'm saying, like, everything's on the table right now. And, like, I'm just waiting for fucking, I don't know, for the violence, I guess.
I mean, that's basically what it's going to come to at some point, sooner or later.
Right? Because, dude, right now in society, left, right, doesn't matter who you fucking are. Collectively, like, the whole 100 monkey thing has happened where, like, everybody is just like, no, with the tranny stuff.
Oh, yeah. America, the masses are basically saying enough is enough on that shit.
Yep, everybody's had enough.
Because it never, it's something that's so extreme and so unorthodox that it's never going to be something that humans normalize. It's not like, smoking. It's a thing. People do it. Whatever. It's all, it's going to be there and shit.
Yep.
It's okay. Yeah. It's not good, but it's just a thing. But the trans thing, and then when they start taking it to the kids, and then that's where the line gets drawn, and then the people are like, because
right,
it's something that it's something that can't be compromised because it's just part of the human species. We're just not going to accept it. You can't tolerate it on a mass scale. It's just not going to happen. Like, right?
Yeah, it's out of fucking control, dude. It's like, who is bringing these? Also, too, who is bringing these kids to fucking these things? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's usually like, seriously, it's usually like middle-aged fucking white liberal mothers, single mothers.
Or when sometimes I have two mommies and they get married and then they adopt or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's this alliance. Like, okay, so you're gonna adopt a kid. I guess it's not mandatory that the kid has a traditional upbringing. I guess those standards aren't there anymore. I thought the people had to undergo certain standards, and the adopters had to be like good, upstanding members of the community, not fucking
That's
Antifa.
usually how it is.
Not Antifa blue hairs and shit,
Dude, that's usually how it is. But I don't know what the fuck the government's doing right now. It was the ICE Immigration Customs Enforcement agent that fucking went whistleblower in front of the Congress 2 weeks ago now. I don't know if you heard about that. It's pretty much all the stuff that we knew about, but they said something like to the tune of 85,000 children have been fucking like flown and put into possession of drug dealers, rapists, and fucking slavers, and they had lost contact of 85,000 fucking kids, like Guatemalan fucking kids and shit like that. And the Biden administration and the Department of Homeland Security is flying these kids all over the fucking place. And Project Veritas had some video a couple years ago, and so this stuff's now in Congress now, and that's official fucking narrative. And like so like the White House right now is guilty of fucking like enslavement of children into the fucking sex industry.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts, dude. And nobody's doing anything.
So what's the point of origin for these kids?
Like Guatemala, South America.
And they're refugees escaping
supposedly. But they're coming up. And they're just disappearing. And like, so the way the system works right now is like, they just dump them into somebody that claims to be their family member. And there's like lots of people who have like claimed like 20, 30, 40, fucking 50 kids. And they get just gone.
Wow. So some like some rich dude or something somewhere comes in as like, oh, those are all my cousins, and I'm buying them and shit.
Probably, man. There was a
Basically
bunch of
buying
people
them.
that turned up recently in Iowa, like a Tyson chicken factory. It was like a bunch of 6 and 7 year olds
What?
packing fucking chicken and killing chickens and shit.
Damn. Oh, so it's like they're being brought into America and then sold to American slavers?
There's absolutely there's slavery going on right now, and it's being fucking condoned and even fucking
Encouraged?
encouraged by the fucking administration. And
Wow,
nobody's doing anything about it.
and they're getting a cut, I bet.
I don't know. Somebody's fucking doing something.
Oh, the government's got enough protection, running protection for them for shipping them in and everything. Well, then they're getting a cut on the investment. If
I'd
they
imagine so.
put them to work and shit. Yeah, because there's like weird pockets, right, of people that live around some factory or something
Yeah.
out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right?
Dude, there was fucking slaves found here, right down the street from my fucking house, dude. Not too long ago.
Wow.
There were fucking Chinese nationals growing fucking weed in a legal weed field.
In a wheat field that was legal.
No, it's a legal weed field. They didn't get the permits or anything like that. And it got blown up because they ordered some fucking shit that came in on a pallet. And like the dude that delivered it noticed that there was a bunch of children there getting fucking like this shit kicked in. They were getting the absolute fucking shit beat out of them by some dude who was like disciplining them. And like it was just a horrible situation. Turned out they were fucking slaves.
Wow.
And like that's the thing that happens around here. More often than not, like it happens.
Some good old boys just get a hold of a bunch of fucking Asian fucking illegal.
No. It's the Chinese people are enslaving their fucking own people to sell illegal weed to fucking cartels. And the thing is, like out here, is like it smells like weed everywhere now. So like the cops really can't do anything on like calls and shit. So like it has to be like a serious call to like buck something up because everybody has a card now.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. But that shit's happening too. There's lots of slavery in the United States of America. And everybody fails to recognize what's actually going on.
Yeah.
I wish I could send links to you right now. I'd be dumping a whole ton of shit on you.
Who's ITB?
No idea. Stands for in the box.
Whatever that means. So, what's your baseball team?
I don't care about sports anymore.
Okay.
After the COVID stuff, and I was just like, wow, the entire world governments, they just fucking tried to coerce everybody to take this bunch of fucking mystery juice that is giving everybody fucking heart attacks and neurological disorders and accelerated cancers. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Going back to watching sports and being a fan doesn't even sound like anything that is attractive to me. Like everybody else is distracted by going back to normal, and I'm just like, yo, they just try to kill everybody.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I just can't go back to fucking normal. There is no normal anymore. I'm waiting for fucking chaos to happen, and if it doesn't, then it's fucking gay.
Some Face says that you're a fucking fully triggered and that you're audio trolling with that echo.
That's not me. The speakers are too loud.
Let me see.
You're trolling.
Am I fucking weak sauce for having a guest and not even fucking putting headphones on?
I think so, yeah.
Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole? Let's see here. Oh man, my fucking ceiling fan. Whenever the fucking bug sprayer guy comes into my fucking apartment, the motherfucker like he like fucking turns my fans up on high and all this shit. I don't know why. It's like, bro, you need to fucking calm down. And so I put it back on normal, and now it's got the little fucking squeak, you know. And I don't know what to fucking do. I'm looking at where I could fucking spray some fucking WD-40 in there or something, but everything's all closed off. I'm about to fucking lose my mind with this shit, dude.
Go get a fucking hammer, dude.
Yeah.
We're still echoing. You got headphones on?
That echo is you, according to FaZe.
Maybe. I doubt it, though. Let me rejoin.
It's alright, I don't care. Oh. Face. Your life is a grim hole of despair. You got crickets.
You hear that?
You hear
Fuck.
What?
I don't think that's me, man.
Well, there was crickets.
No, I'm saying the echo.
Well, it's gone now.
I don't know. I hear it.
Well, I mean, I'm just on my laptop like normal. I even got my headphones in. Everyone here is triggered. We're all triggered all the time now. What do you think, bro?
Fully fucking triggered!
Fully triggered. Yeah, I mean, I want to tell my boss like certain things, you know? Like he's a fucking idiot, bro. Oh man, it's so sad when you're in a situation where there's some dumb piece of shit that happens to be a position above you, and they gotta get all fucking pissy pants, boy, and like I want to flex on people and shit, you know, and then you gotta be there and deal with them trying to flex.
Hey. Oh, never mind.
What?
I thought I fixed it.
Oh. Well, yeah, and then, you know, you gotta be there while this idiot fucking, like, slowly undergoes the process of growing up and realizing things about the world around them for themselves for the first time, you know? And you know, like, they gotta make a fool of themselves and fucking try to boss everybody around and then get put in their fucking place, and then everyone has to undergo the emotional stress of all of it, shit. You know what I mean?
I hear you, dude.
It's so dumb, man. And it's really sad that we can't live in a world where energy is free and it gets sucked from the air. So you can just live in your apartment and that's that, and then you don't have to go and be with fucking human beings and shit, you know? If you don't want to.
Yeah, that's why I moved out to the country.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody, but I have neighbors. It's not anywhere near as dense as in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you're fully fucking triggered. I mean, what's wrong with you, man?
I'm trying to figure this fucking echo thing out.
Faith says you need to calm down. Oh no, he's talking to calm down.
Headphones on.
Oh, you
How's that? Nope. Still echo.
Same.
That's you.
You got crickets, bro.
That's you, bro. I hear the echo. And with the headphones on.
Well, I'm taking them bitches out then because it ain't no different then. It's no different.
Check.
Sounds good to me. I think Face is just being a fucking little troll and shit. I think it's
I can hear it.
I don't care. I mean, it sounds good to me.
That is what it is.
So, you know, I guess what do you think about this theory that I heard the other day on YouTube? It's an old theory.
Spit it.
Exorcist is really about her being abused in an improper manner.
That's interesting.
And then that the demonic possession is really supposed to be symbolic of that. And then it's like even made more clear because of the fact that the whole time she keeps talking about absurdly sexual things.
Right, like it's a telegraph.
Yeah. And then that's what the whole movie really is about. And they said, like, I guess Neely, one of the men in the movie, was doing the whole thing the whole time. There's that Rob Ager guy. He talks about fucking horror movies and shit. And all kind of old thrillers and sci-fi. There's an old theory of his.
That's interesting. I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah. And then it's like demonic possession. Oh, did you... Okay, so what's your take on this whole fucking 12-year-old girl stabbing her 9-year-old brother to death?
Where did that happen?
Oklahoma.
Was it in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
I mean, mere miles away from you. Maybe even your next door neighbors. Yeah.
Where did it happen?
It was like half a year ago or like a year ago or something.
Oh, I have no idea.
And then the mom is claiming that it's because she was off her ADHD meds. Or something like that. She was off her meds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy because what I think happened, because then the girl is sitting there talking to the cop, and she's like, I'm going to be in jail for the rest of my life. I'm done. And he's like, listen. And he's like chuckling. He's like, listen, you're 12. You can't even be tried for murder unless you're at least 13. You're not going to be in jail for the rest of your life. You might not even see a single day in jail. And it's like, And then the way that this girl was cussing when the cops came, it sounds like she's been talking this way for a couple years. Like she was well versed in the art of cussing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Which is the internet?
It's the internet, I guess.
Probably.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, because that explains it. When we were our age, we didn't hear people talking like that until you get older.
Yep.
Until you allowed to go to the adult things and shit. But I mean, this girl sounds like a fucking sailor. I mean, she sounds worse than us. And then all of a sudden, and then the mom comes out there, and then the mom is 30 whatever, and the mom sounds exactly like the daughter. The mom sounds exactly like the daughter. It's like they're twin sisters.
Jesus.
You know? And I'm thinking that's what's going on in this household. There's no man, and the mom treats her like they're twinsies. Oh, you're my bestie. You're my twinsy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the biggest fucking problem in society right now is fucking parents are trying to be their goddamn kids' friends.
Yeah, exactly. And then I took it even to the next level, and I theorized this girl and this mom knew that she'd get away with it if she was 12. And she might have even dared her to do it.
Right, maybe it was the mother that fucking convinced her because she hated her little bugger.
Yep. And then maybe the son, because the son was a different daddy. So maybe either the dad of that son was like, hey, I don't want you in that environment. And so he was going for full custody. And she said, oh, if I can't have him, then you can't have him either.
Crazy things that fucking happen.
Right? And she's like, well, what if he got stabbed to death by a 12-year-old? Oh, she gets away with it because she's only 12. And then now he's gone. And then she gets that guy out of her life. And then maybe even starts with yet another guy. And has another baby. But she sounds just like her daughter. And it's because of what you just said, yeah.
Yeah, parents aren't parents anymore. Most people just put a fucking iPad in their kid's hand and says, here you go, do their own thing.
Yeah. The iPad generation.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, take some fucking accountability for your shit. Like, you're a parent. Like, you're not a fucking teenager or whatever.
But all their parents gave up on them. It's a demographic shift, man. When you start importing a different demographic and shove them upon people and expect them to meld cultures, that's not fair to either party, you know?
Oh, for sure.
It's not healthy for either party. Neither party should have to be subjected to such a thing. But our government has chosen to do this to us. And it's making life like extra hard because I just whenever I get real heartbroken about what I see going on around me in my day-to-day life, and I get super stressed out and I'm just like, "Oh God, please make this stop. This is just hell on earth because of these reasons." And then it makes me flash back to like images of my childhood, my family, and like camping and like doing all this badass white people shit. And how everything was so fucking blissful in my little suburban little fucking paradise. And it's all been fucking ripped away from me. Just ripped away from me and like just pissed all over its face and just take a shit right down its fucking throat and shit.
The world you were raised to exist in does not exist any longer.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, exactly. The things that we expected, the things that we needed for our social fulfillment and our fucking programming and shit.
Yeah, the West in this world has been morphed into like a Talmudic training hellscape.
Wow.
That's how I look at it. Fuck. All that gender bending shit is in the Talmud. All that kid fucking shit, Talmud.
Yeah. Oh, gender bending? Gender bending? Yeah. Gender bending is part of the Talmudic. What's that gimmick again? The Talmudic.
The what?
What did you call it again? The Talmudic.
Talmudic training hellscape.
Oh, hellscape. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So, fucking. It's hard to take. It's tough to be able to endure. You know, you gotta be long suffering. You gotta fucking endure, man.
The society is fucking twisted and perverted. In entirety of it. There's nothing you can do about it either, because the majority of people have been raised into this fucking shit now to think that that's okay and that you're a fucking bigot. And like, you should be. Fuck. Because like, you know what bigots are? People that have standards.
Yeah.
Right? Society is built on standards. If society has no standards, there is no society.
You wouldn't even believe. Well, I know you would, but a lot of people out there would be shocked to live a day in my shoes and experience the amount of hate and fucking racism and bigotry that gets aimed at me, bro. And you know
dude, white people are fucking the worst nowadays.
Oh yeah. I experience so much aggression and like so nonstop microaggressions at all times. I feel like, and then sometimes major outright aggressive activities towards me and shit, just constantly. Sorry to bum you out.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking regular shit. It's just like gay, dude.
And fake.
All right. Oh. Yeah, man, I fucking busted my ass all day. Fucking came home, fell asleep. Like, my schedule's all fucked right now.
You got to go back in the morning too.
Oh no, I gotta work in the metal shop. That's another thing that I'm doing. I'm building like mini bikes, like go-karts and shit.
Now what, like a mini bike, like for the dirt path?
Kinda, yeah, like a lawnmower engine rat bike.
Yeah.
I build those over at my buddy's shop. It's a lot of fun. I do this shit on the weekends.
What do you like, welding frames and shit?
Yeah, like welding frames, bending pipes.
Oh
I was
yeah.
doing a lot of like marketing stuff and internet stuff with him too.
So you got like a custom pipe bending like rig that
I
you
I
hit
don't. He does.
where all the angles are all set and you just lay it in there.
He does. It's pretty fucking easy peasy once you get the tools.
Yeah. I'm sure you heat the pipes up and then you put them in this brace and use it as a brace to bend and move and lock, right?
Hmm.
And then you let it cool.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Well, it doesn't get hot, but
Oh,
steel's actually way softer than you think.
yeah.
You can do a lot of weird shit with metal. It's strange.
Yeah. So there's this job that sounds like it might be okay, but I don't know. It's kind of an investment. And apparently you get paid a nice little fee for each mile, and then you log trips, and each trip involves a client, and
Hmm.
you're basically a chauffeur, but it's for highly functioning special, like, like an autistic person that has a job at like a restaurant or something, and you pick them up in the morning and you take them to their job, and
Yeah.
then you pick them up at the end of their shift and take them home, and they're fully functioning, but they're not allowed to drive a car. So you're like a special people's fucking Uber, basically. And then the mileage that and then you get reimbursed for the per mileage per trip, and it's a pretty incredible amount and shit, like a
Oh yeah.
surprisingly good amount and shit. But you got to pass the DOT, which is nothing, and then you got to pass the fucking test, which I'd have to artificially pass that test, and then from there you got to pay for some kind of like hefty state patient transport something or another, whatever kind of insurance that's 400 something a month, maybe even up to, and you're using your own vehicle, and but the thing is that within the first week of a month you've made all of that investment for the per month, you've made all of that back times 4 within just the first week. So basically a day and a half of work, and you pay all your monthly bullshit fees and all that shit. And then it's just cha-ching, 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 and then you pay your taxes to the government after the fact.
Yeah, do get it, dude.
I mean, and then the guy who I met who picks up a guy at my job was telling me all about it, and he was like, "Here's my number. Whenever you're ready, just do it." And I was like, "Okay," but the thing is that it's my own car. I got a brand new fucking car, anyways,
Nice, dude.
and I feel like it'd be a better investment to get something that was a little bit more spacey and a little bit, maybe a little bit older, and just make sure it's reliable, and then use that to actually transport the people around, and not use my own nicer, newer car.
Not the worst idea.
And then like if that payment right there is just $250 a month for like a pretty good used car, then fuck it. That's
Man,
less than a
it just
day.
depends. I got a fucking.
But they say it's guaranteed routes that you get planned at every week. Like
No, I'm not talking about what the government will fucking get you for work or nothing. I'm saying about uh, I don't know. I don't get burnt on a fucking used car or a van or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like you can end up in a hole.
Yeah.
So
No, it would
I,
have to
I
be.
got a van and a car, and like I got a new car, but I have an old shitty van that just, every time I drive it, it's like I have to replace a new part. It's fucking a piece of shit, dude.
I'm not talking about something like that. I'm talking about something that's in good condition. Or maybe even a brand new like freight lined fucking $40,000, $50,000 little kind of truck that I could also use for other fucking such things, other such fucking purposes. Because it'd be street legal for hauling this or hauling that.
Yep.
Meet regulations as an independent contractor for this or that.
Fucking
But
get
it's
it.
just,
Get that money.
I know, but it's just all investment though. I mean, I could drop the initial investment comfortably in all of that and just fucking switch right now. And then according to the math and according to the claims and then according to the ads that I've seen for it, After the fact, it's 3 times what I'm at now.
So get that shit, dude.
Yeah, I know, I should, right?
Government
But
jobs pay good, man. They do.
it's not government; it's private.
Well, it's government subsidized. Has to be.
Yeah, that must be who pays for it. Because who else is paying for it? Is it the client of the autistic kid that has no money and comes from a broke ass family? No.
Well, no, because they'd have to be on a fucking a service. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
that's probably run by, like a caretaker or something, or somebody with the government.
Or some kind of donor that also like is involved in the community as an ongoing charity person because they're filthy rich and they want to make a difference in their community. And
Something, yeah.
Donors and shit. So then the donors set up programs and then yeah. So I could, but at the same time, it's all that investment, and there's really no reason why I shouldn't. But then you got to pay your own taxes. But the guy who does the job told me, oh man, I'm on a fucking ongoing payment plan with them. They just send me the bill every like 3 months or whatever, and I just pay it. It's like some kind of ongoing tax program for him. And as long as he just meets his little every 3-4 months requirement, it's a payment plan.
Fuck it.
And he said it ain't shit.
Get it.
Because you're like supposedly sitting on just stacks and shit. That's what he claims and shit. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll fuck around and do it. But then that locks me into the city I'm living in, and I have plans to move. But maybe doing it here would be worth it to do it from living somewhere else and driving over here to do it. If it's all part of the investment, it's all part of the fucking company vehicle, right? As a private contractor. Right. It would be, honestly. Sorry. So we'll see. But, that takes a lot of customer service. Having them sitting in your shit,
Yeah.
Because you don't know what kind of personality you might be picking up.
Yeah, and then you got to eat whatever bullshit that, not literally eat, but you know what I mean? Like, if some damage is caused, you have to be like, oh, this guy's retarded. Fuck.
I know. It makes you want to lay like a big thing of plastic down in the back seat so like nothing can happen to your shit,
Right.
But then they're probably like, oh, you can't do that. That's brutal. Because these people are like basically normal, supposedly. But what if somebody has a feisty day and decides to revert back to 8 years old,
Just keep like a bunch of like empty balloons in your console, and if they keep talking pitches, blow them up and let them go in the cab.
Full of the little dogs and shit.
Yeah. I'm horrible, bro. I'm going to hell.
Yeah, you're already in hell, bro. Oh, man.
Fucking shit. Let me jump off this thing, man. I'm going to fucking run back up to the house and make some food. I don't even eat dinner.
Sorry to bore your fucking pants off, man. You know what I mean?
No, dude, it's good talking to you, bro. I just want to know how the fuck do I get a hold of you? What the fuck,
You know my fucking email.
I did. I do. Yeah. I'll email you.
Lives.
All right, later.
All right, later, bro. That was Ed Upside Down Head. An icon. And a legend. In the flat earth scene. In the validation boy. Network. Channels. It's a shame we couldn't get Tim Osmond on here. It's a shame we couldn't get Face on here. Mac and Ash. Yeah. What's this all about? Yeah, I got a breaking news story about Prince Harry and Meghan not being invited to King Charles' Troop the Colors Parade or something like that. I was bewildered. I don't know what you're talking about. The last few years feels like we are touring a sewer factory. Yep, the bowels of a nasty sewer. It's a tired military infantry they're placing in places. It sounds fully triggered and his audio trolling with that echo. Yep. It was nice having Ed in here. Hopefully others will come join Validation Boy at other times. It's been a lot of fun talking about our shitty, fucked up world. All the shitty, disappointing elements. All the shitty events that transpire. All the disappointing failures. It's fun talking about all that shit, is it not? You gotta deal with it some way. And here are you guys. God's blessings to all of you. I'll see you soon. This has been Validation Boy live stream. June 16th, 2023.